Hello, I'm Dr. Priscilla, and I'm really excited that you are joining me today on this lesson. This lesson today is whaling in Japan. My goal for you in this lesson is for you to be able to leave the session and be able to use the 10 focused vocabulary words. I'll also talk about the topic, whaling in Japan. And if you have questions, I want you to interact with me, ask your questions, and your questions will be answered. So let's dive right into whaling in Japan. Now, you may be able to see clearly that there is an image of a whale, and this is a whale that is in Japan. This lesson has been annotated from Breaking News English. If you want to see the original article, the link will be in the information below. So the title of the article is Whaling in Japan. Our 10 vocabulary words are, listen to the way that I pronounce these 10 vocabulary words because these will be important for you as we read the article. Resumed, banned, withdrew, quota, snapped up, engaged, preserve, promoted, outcry, era, resumed, banned, withdrew, quota, snapped up, engaged, preserve, promoted, outcry, era. Now, let's see if we can find the synonym match for these words. The word synonym means similar. So we are looking for similar words to our original word. The word resumed means to start again. So let's see if we can find a synonym that means resumed. I'm going to say that most likely it is going to be recommenced. Banned means to stop. When we stop doing something, it means to ban. So in this case, it could quite easily mean pulled out of, which means to stop. Withdrew also means to stop. And I'm going to choose limited or limit for this answer. This is the one that I'm going to choose. Quota, the word quota means the amount. So here I may have a little bit of a discrepancy. So quota could be the limit. So we'll find out which one we want to change. Snapped up means to collect or bought or purchased. Let's see if that will be bought. Engaged means to participate. So participated is engaged. Preserve means to save. Preserve means to save. So I could say perhaps this is to conserve. Promoted means to advance, to further. I'm going to assume that we're going to be an advocate. So advocated is promoted. Outcry is when you disagree with something or someone. So this could be a protest. And era could be the age or the time of something. So this would be era. Now, which one did I not use? I've got pulled out of, advocated, participated, age, prohibited, protest, recommend, bought, conserve, and limit. So I think the one that I have not found a good answer for is going to be prohibited. Now I've got quota, and I had withdrew. Quota and withdrew. So withdrew most likely would be the best answer. If I had to choose again, I would choose withdrew to prohibit, okay? The goal is to find the most appropriate answer. As you will learn when you are interacting with English vocabulary words, one word can have many different meanings. Most of those meanings will depend upon the context in which you are speaking or reading. Now, let's take a look at the article itself. And this is the article about whaling in Japan. The title of the article is Whaling in Japan. After a 30-year, 3 decades hiatus, Japan has resumed commercial whaling. Paragraph 1. In 1986, an International Whaling Commission, IWC, banned commercial whaling in Japan. In December, the moratorium was lifted, and now Japan's government has promised all whalers will stay within 320 kilometers from its coast. Paragraph 2. A quota of 227 whale killings per 6 months has been set by the Japanese Fisheries Agency. During the first few days of whaling, whalers caught 2 mink whales. These whales were quickly taken to the northern port of Kushiro. Fortunately for the whalers, the meat sold for record prices in Tokyo. Paragraph 3. It is said that restaurant owners were eager to snap up the whale meat. The price ranged up to $140 per kilo. Whaling is not new to Japan. As a matter of fact, Japan has engaged in the practice of whaling for many centuries. One whale restaurant chef said, commercial whaling is important to Tokyo. Mitsutani said, a country that does not preserve its food culture has no future. Mitsutani gave additional information about the health benefits of whale meat. He said, it is 5 times lower in calories than beef, 10 times lower in cholesterol, 2 times less fat than chicken, and it's packed with iron. But abroad, people do not know this. And here are words from the article. Commercial, whaling, 3 decades, whalers, coast, fisheries, port, restaurant, practice, important, food culture, health, benefits, calories, cholesterol, protection. Now, if you were in a live class with me, we would do several things. We will constantly talk about the dialogue to make sure that you understood what each of those words meant. We would talk about what the synonym words meant and how we could use the words interchangeably. You would have an opportunity to talk about the words as you speak about a topic, whether that topic is about whaling, what you had for breakfast, or what you are going to do next weekend. Your goal is to get the vocabulary words into your brain, into the cellular format that it enters into your body, and the words are going to come instantly to you as you start to speak. Now, obviously, this might be the first time You may be seeing these words, and it is not my expectation that you would be able to use them immediately, but over time, and at the end of this lesson, you should be able to use at least 3 of these words very easily and fluently. All right, let's go back and see what we're going to do next. Now we have the dialogue. We have the conversational dialogue, and it is about what we just read. Now, in the beginning, I will read the entire dialogue. Second, I will read as A. I will be completely quiet and wait for you to respond in real time with me reading B. All right, I will start. Did you read the article about commercial whaling? I did. I think it was an article about Japan resuming commercial whaling, right? Yep, that's right. Whaling in Japan was banned in 1986 by the International Whaling Commission. In December, Japan's government withdrew from the IWC. Now, Japan's government has promised all whalers will stay within 320 kilometers from its coast. I think the Japanese Fisheries Agency has set a quota for killing of whales. Let's see how that goes. The quota is set at 227 whales every 6 months. That's less than 1 whale a day. During the first day of whaling, the whalers caught 2 minke whales. There goes the less than 1 whale a day limit. So where does this whale meat go initially? Some will go to the northern port of Kushiro, where the meat will be auctioned in Tokyo. I bet the meat will go for record prices. During that first auction, restaurant owners snapped up the meat at prices reaching $140 per kilo. What is a kilo in pounds? I believe 1 kilo is approximately 2 pounds. Wow, whale meat is expensive. I shudder to think what a restaurant meal will cost. Did you know that Japan has engaged in the practice of whaling for centuries? Yes, I did. In fact, there is one whale restaurant chef that promoted the health benefits of whale meat. Do you remember any of those benefits? His name is Mitsutani. He said that whale meat is 5 times lower in calories than beef, 10 times lower in cholesterol, and 2 times less fat than chicken, or it's packed with iron. Interesting. I wonder what impact this will have on global distribution of whales. Say, it was great talking with you today. I have to run now. Me too. Take care. I will catch up with you later. See you next time. All right, so there you have the reading of the dialogue. As you listen to me read this time the dialogue, what I want you to do is read as B. I will leave enough time for you to speak. You will have an opportunity to see what is on the screen and what you could possibly say. As you continue to practice and you know the format of a response, an appropriate response, you can respond with your own answer coming from your head. All right, let's dive in again, and I'll start to read as A. Did you read the article about commercial whaling? Yep, that's right. Whaling in Japan was banned in 1986 by the In December, Japan's government withdrew from the IWC. Now, Japan's government has promised all whalers will stay within 320 kilometers from its coast. Let's see how that goes. The quota is set at 227 whales every 6 months. During the first day of whaling, the whalers caught 2 minke whales. So where does this whale meat go initially? I bet the meat will go for record prices. What is a kilo in pounds? Wow, whale meat is expensive. I shudder to think what a restaurant meal will cost. Yes, I did. In fact, there is one whale restaurant chef that promoted the health benefits of whale meat. His name is Mitsu Tani. He said that whale meat is 5 times lower in calories than beef, 10 times lower in cholesterol, and 2 times less fat than chicken, and it's packed with iron. Say, it was great talking with you today. I have to run now. All right, that takes care of the role play. I'm sure you did a fantastic job. If you'd like to redo the scenario with the role play, rewind the tape and practice again. Thanks so much for practicing with me today. We don't have time to do the bottom role play, but if you'd like to have a class with me and we can do the role play, send me a message, comment on this YouTube video or this video, and we will have your own personal lesson. I'm Dr. Priscilla. I am a native English speaker. I live in the United States, and it was my pleasure to bring you this lesson about whaling in Japan today. Until my next lesson, have a nice day. Bye for now.